Alright, another video request. This time is from Mr. Ezekiel from Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, and the message reads, hello Ikenna, good morning. How are you doing? My name is Ezekiel from Lagos. Having a slight issue with my Peugeot 407. The power steering faulty light came on and I have checked everywhere. No leakage, no stiff steering, and no fault code. I'm confused. Any advice? And also, I forgot to add, is ES9A V6 engine. Okay, so our Peugeot 407 have two different power steering systems. The 407 with 4-cylinder engines, yeah, 4-cylinder engines, yeah, especially the petrol. Let me just talk about the petrol engines. So the 407 with 4-cylinder engines, petrol engines, they have electric power steering, more like an electronic. The power steering pump is electronically controlled. It's not the mechanical or the manual type that are usually mounted on the engine, being driven by the auxiliary belt or the what's the name of this second name of that belt? Forgotten. Well, auxiliary belt, being driven by the auxiliary belt. So that's the electronic power steering pump. Then the second pump is the conventional pump on the that I mentioned earlier, mounted on the engine, being driven by auxiliary belt. So two types, electronic pump and the manual pump. Now the manual pump, the only 407 with petrol engine that uses the manual pump is one with V6 engine. That's the one that is mounted on the engine. While the electric one is not mounted on the engine, it's not attached on the engine, it's actually a separate unit altogether, being controlled electronically through the BSM, the engine bay fuse. And that one, the one that is electrically controlled, is called the normal power assisted steering, PAS. That's the name, power assisted steering. Of course, it has electric control. While the one with that's manually controlled, the one with manual power steering pump, which is the V6 407 V6 petrol ES9A. That one is not power assisted steering. Peugeot calls it power ratio steering, power variable steering. No, not power. Variable ratio steering. Yeah, variable ratio steering. That's the name. Not even power. Variable ratio steering. Variable steering. You can remove the ratio, but just call two things, either variable ratio steering. So since yours is V6, it's variable ratio steering. Because the difference is very much between the electric pump and the variable ratio steering. Now yours, even though it has manual pump, it still has some electrical control. Where is the electrical control is on the steering rack. Yeah, the steering rack has some resistors controlled by we call it Sabotronic. It's a small ECU. I don't know, I'm trying to remember where it's actually located on the 407, but I know 406 the Sabotronic ECU is under or behind the glove box. It's attached behind the glove box. But for 407, I don't think I've ever worked on get to where where it's attached. Hopefully that's the same system in 406, because the same ECU that controls the one in 406, I want to believe that's the same one that controls the 407 V6. I'm not sure. So if that is the case, if you are getting power steering issue, it's possible for in a V6 that the pump is manually controlled, it's possible that your BSM is faulty. Yes, the pump is not controlled by the BSM. No, the pump is not controlled electronically, but because the BSM also powers those resistors and the ECU, it's possible that your BSM is bad. And when I mean BSM, I'm talking about the engine bay fuse box. That fuse box directly behind your battery. In fact, since it's 407, there's a big cover behind the battery. On that cover, you see the engine ECU and the fuse box. Then 2007 model 407 upward, they also mounted the ECU, that variable suspension ECU is mounted there. Yeah. So I will suggest you look at that your BSM. If I were you, the first thing I'll do is disconnect all the sockets, disconnect the battery, disconnect all the sockets on the BSM, check all the fuses. While you are disconnecting, after disconnecting, check all the fuses to be sure none of them is burnt or cut off or whatever. Then pull out the BSM as well. Pull it out. I don't know if you know how to do it. Pull it out from that case, that plastic housing. Then you will see a small fuse box attached on the main BSM, the main head fuse box. Very, very small. The wires are not detachable, unlike the bigger one. So check those fuses there to be sure none is burnt. What usually kills BSM is when you start doing bypasses, especially by a person that doesn't know what he's doing. Doesn't mean you can't bypass anything, but it means when you do it wrong way. In most cases, that's what Nigerians do. They do it wrong way. So I always advise, don't even bother to doing it, even if they say they know what they are doing. So especially if you bypass your radiator cooling fan, most times it ends up killing your BSM. So check those wires under to be sure none of them is burnt. That's what usually happens in 407. Once they do some bypasses on the vehicle, either they bypass the fan, the AC compressor or something, those small fuse boxes with those massive fuses, those bigger fuses attached under the BSM, they usually burn. They may not cut, but when you pull it out, you see that those holes where they are slotted in have burnt. So which can give partial contact and mess up your variable ratio steering and probably other systems. So those are things to check. If your steering, because it's V6, the variable steering is softer than the conventional steering in other 407 with 4-cylinder engine. So if yours is still very, very soft to steer, you can still turn it very softly, then the ECU, that Savtronic or the variable ratio ECU is okay. Don't bother looking for it. It's only if it's hard, very, very hard or heavy to turn, then you need to check that Savtronic to know what is wrong. Like I said, I know 406 with the same variable system, variable ratio steering, as long as it has a 406 V6 engine, it has that variable ratio steering. So it's the same system that is also put in 407 V6. Only what I can tell you is if that ECU in 406 is what they put in 407. I don't know if there's another unit or something different that is controlling or doing the work of the variable system. So I think your question is very straightforward. So focus more on the. Also, there is a fuse on the BSI unit. I've forgotten the fuse number. That also have something to do with your steering. Yes, so you need to check those fuses too. What's the fuse? I know there's a 407 that had that issue. Eventually, trace it to that one of those fuses down there. So on the BSI is the one under the steering wheel. So you need to check those ones, check all those fuses. So for me, don't bother, just start with fuses. Don't go and start complicating matters. Go straight to the fuses. the engine bay fuse box, otherwise known as BSM, the BSI unit under your steering wheel. Check the fuses. And another thing, I don't know if your car is showing ABS. If it's showing ABS, go and disconnect the ABS pump or ABS block. Disconnect it and connect it back. See if the issue goes away. So, but do it one after the other, so as to know which one cures the issue. First, face your BSM. Check all the fuses. See what I will advise you to do. Go to the fuses first. Don't disconnect the battery. Check all the fuses. If none of them is cut or blown or anything, start the vehicle to see if the fault comes back. If it's still there, switch off engine. Disconnect all the sockets on the BSL. Disconnect them, plug them back, start the engine. If it's still there, then disconnect the battery. Remove, if possible, you can remove that wire, the positive cable that comes from the battery terminal to the BSL. Disconnect, remove it, and pull out the BSL completely, and check all those massive fuses under the BSL. Pull them out gradually, and check to be sure none of them is burnt. Put them back, connect the battery back, start the car. Continues, come to the BSI, check the fuse. Just be doing it so that when it goes away, you know, okay, this is where the problem is. Then you can now focus on why did it happen. So that if it comes back again, if it's the BSI, you know that your BSN probably is faulty. The same thing happens when you go to your ABS pump and disconnect it. If it goes away, then something is messing up your wiring system. So I hope this helps.